Hello, Nature Coast. My name is Caitlin Crayons, and I'm here with
Greg Champagne.
to talk about tax day. So, Dr. Champagne, what are taxes?
Taxes are the monies that citizens pay to their government, whether it be federal, state, local government, in order for the government to carry on its various functions.
So, why are taxes so important?
Well, if the government did not have money, the government wouldn't be able to do the things that we depend on. We depend on the government to take care of our roads. We depend on the government to provide for our schools, for public safety, fire, police, defense, sorts of things. We ask our government to provide for parks. Any number of things that we ask our government to do, it has to be paid for, and it's paid for through our taxes.
So, how is tax money used by the government?
Well, it's used to pay salaries. It's used to buy equipment. It's used to buy. Sometimes it has to buy property, like in the event of building a park. All of the things that a business uses, paper clips, pencils, pens, government has to use because the government runs various offices and things like that. So anything you would expect the business to do, the government has to do in its functions as well.
Why are taxes so vital for a student's education?
First of all, education in the United States is paid for by the government. All public education is paid for through our government. It's our cooperative way of working. So taxes become important if the government is underfunded. There's not enough money either brought in or not enough money paid out. That affects the student's education. If we're not paying. Let's talk about, what do you pay your teachers? What do you pay your bus drivers, your lunchroom ladies? How modern do you want the schools to be? Do you want technology? Do you want air conditioning? All of these things cost money. And so if the government does not bring in enough money, or if the government's not willing to spend enough money, that affects everything from the quality of teaching all the way to the quality of the environment. Do you want to sit in a building that has no AC or no heat?
So, what is the IRS?
The IRS is the Internal Revenue Service. It is the function of the federal government or a department within the federal government that is assigned to assess and collect taxes from the citizens. Taxes are established by Congress. All of our taxes are established by law. There's no agency that makes this stuff up. Congress passes the laws regarding taxes, and then the IRS is assigned to go and fulfill the law, go execute the function of collecting the taxes, and if necessary, pursue those who are not paying their taxes.
What happens to a town that collectively decides to not pay their taxes?
Towns don't pay taxes. Citizens pay taxes. The city of Brooksville, for example, does not pay tax to the state, does not pay tax to the federal government. They are separate taxing agencies. But if a town were to say, well, we're not going to collect taxes, how would the town function? If the town did not collect taxes, there would be no police department, there'd be no fire department, there'd be no sewage management, there would be no parks and recreation. All of the things that we expect our towns, our counties, our states, our national government, all of those things we expect them to do couldn't be done. There'd be no money to do it.
Where can a student learn more about filing for taxes and taxes itself?
Filing for taxes is something that is done on a national level. In our country, we have an income tax. We pay a progressive rate. People who make more money pay a little bit higher in taxes. Those who make less pay a little bit less in taxes to the federal government. So that money is is based on, what was the question again?
Where can a student learn more about filing
Okay.
for taxes?
So filing taxes on the federal level, you can find out through irs.gov. Which is the IRS page. It tells you how to fill out your taxes and all like that. But that's for an income tax. Florida does not have an income tax. Florida bases its taxes on sales tax, And you know this when you go to a store and it says there's something for $1, you end up paying $1.07. Taxes added onto it. A small percentage of is added onto each sale, and that's one of the primary ways Florida raises taxes. That and a thing called excise taxes, which is a tax that's already built into the price, such as gasoline. When you buy $3 worth of gasoline, a significant portion, 60-70 cents of that, is already designated for taxes. And then other agencies in Florida, such as local county governments, they institute property taxes. So people who own property, and every square foot is owned by somebody, you are assessed. You've got this much property, it's worth this much because there's a house on it or there's a business on it. It's worth this much, therefore every year you pay this much in taxes, and it's based on the value of the property. The local government, the county, a city, even the school board, which has to collect taxes for the running of schools. All of this is based on property taxes. Every once in a while there's an excise tax placed on something else to help provide. We had a half-cent sales tax for schools. That anything in Hernando County, there was a half-cent sales tax added to that, and that went to schools, basically to fix properties, to fix equipment and things like that.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
Nobody likes to pay taxes, but we can have anything we want as a government. The government can do anything for us that we want it to do if we're willing to pay for it. And if we're not willing to pay for it, then we have to say we can't have it. But that's basic budgeting even for individuals, isn't it?
Yes. Well, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Glad I could share.